Hi, who are you and where are you from?
Holly Boone from Darien, Georgia.
All right, and that's where we are. What's the name of this company?
Boone Seafood.
All right, and we're right by the docks, Boone docks.
The shrimp boats.
Shrimp boats, and that's fantastic. And so you work here in the office, and so has the climate changed much since you were a kid, or have you noticed?
Not that I've noticed. I don't really pay attention, but no, not that I've noticed. The only thing that I have noticed is some of the shrimping in the business. We would, September through December would be a good portion of your money for the year. A few years ago, probably 5-6 years ago, it slowed down in December, and then the next year it slowed down in November, and then the next it slowed down in October, and it's just happened that way to where used to that was the bulk of your money, and now it's the springtime. So I don't know if that's really because of the climate. I mean, it could be a boat that's sank and there's fuel in the water and all kind of stuff like that, but I just don't really think about climate. I don't think about it from the past.
The shrimping has changed over the last 5 years or so a bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And right now, when I look outside here, a lot of the fishermen have gone south, or are they?
But they do that this time of year. The state waters close here, and so they have to fish further out. And so when that happens, if they can't catch them on the outside of the 3-mile line, they'll go north or south, or sometimes they go up to North Carolina this time of year, South Carolina. But
Shrimping?
Fish, yeah, shrimping, and they bring in fish, and probably about the same time that all that started that we stopped catching so many shrimp in the winter, they stopped bringing in the fish they used to, and that's been about at least 4 or 5 years now. That
what kind of fish would they bring in?
Usually whiting and flounder. But they just don't. I used to. They'd go out this time of year and bring in a couple of 1,000 pounds for me to sell, and I'm lucky to get 100, 200 pounds off a boat now. So,
of fish.
Yeah, and it's usually a wintertime thing. During the summer, the spring, they just don't bring in fish. But when it starts to get cold, we expect to get the fish in, and they are just not catching them like they used to. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. It doesn't get very cold here, and it does get hot. I don't know. We've had it snow here twice in my lifetime. A couple of years ago, and then like back in '89 is what he said. And I do remember both times, and that's a big deal. When it snows here, it can hurt the shrimp. It can kill off out there. We don't have a good spring after, so I guess that part of the climate I do pay attention to. The boats down here depend on the tides and the winds and and all that, the moon phases, and
and the migration of these fish, and the timing of when they're here and not.
Yeah, it's kind of weird though. I mean, like I said, it's been 5 or 6 years now that they just quit bringing them in. I mean, and all the years before that I've been here, 20 or more, it's just changed, and I don't know what the change was.
And you don't know if it's due to climate change.
I really don't know. There was a big tanker that sank off of St. Simon's a few years back, and it took them a long time to get it cut up, and I mean it was a big long process, and I don't know if that maybe had something to do with it, but who knows? I mean.
And by the way, so your business is like a middleman? Then you sell to the restaurants and to distributors?
No, we are an unloading dock, and we unload the boat, and the same day it goes out to all the shrimp go out to a buyer. He's actually local to us, but he buys all along the coast, all Florida, Louisiana, all around. And so he buys pretty much everything that comes through here. We do have other buyers, another 2 that have seafood markets, and they do buy from us too, but the bulk of everything that we have goes to the one company.
Okay. And then, so you told me before the interview that you're not that concerned about it in the future because you just don't think about it, the climate change in the future, because...
Don't really think about it. I mean, the only thing I worry about is it going to snow? And it's only done that twice. And that's just because it affects the spring crop of the shrimp.
Well,
and that's our bottom line, I mean, my husband is a fisherman, so that's my paycheck. Not really this, but that. So.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just run the office, so that our income comes from the boat. So the dock itself is a family business, so it's not any one person. There's a whole group of them that own it. But this is a fourth generation of fishermen from this dock. So it's an old business.
And so you're not getting a lot of people worried about the climate and the migration of the fish so far, but it just may be a temporary thing, and we're hoping that.
It could be. I mean, I have people that come all the time and call and constantly want fish, and I can't supply them. I mean, but like I said, I don't know if that's because of the climate or what it would, what it is. So the fishermen would know better than I would, I think.
Very good. Hey, thank you very much on this day, the 13th of January 2023, here in Darien, Georgia. Thank you.